We want to try something new here at The Good Space, and rather than only give you a solo episode or an interview, we decided it would be fun to also share some honest, random thoughts that I tend to get throughout the week. So whether it's spurred on by, something in my copywriting business where I feel stressed and then I learn a lesson and then this inspiration comes, or I'm in Central Park or writing in my journal, and then a thread of thought becomes this inspiration or just this realization. That's what you're gonna get in these episodes, and I guess we'll see how it goes. So if you want more of these, less of these, or something else added into these episodes, now is the time to let us know. So the last few days, I realized that it's always good to challenge the way we think and the statements we make to ourselves about everything in our life, about the stories we tell and the way we interpret things. So yesterday, which was Monday, I had a very busy and somewhat stressful client day. I was onboarding a new big client in copywriting. Some of the things were last minute. And so my perfectionist routine tendency within myself really resisted and fought against it. And by the end of the day, I was exhausted because, of course, when something new happens, it's not something your brain can just click into and be efficient with. You have to learn a new process, or at least navigate how to fit it into your current life and routine. And so that's what was happening yesterday. And so this morning when I woke up, I realized how much I underestimate how much energy things take from us. So after all the client calls yesterday and working on another sales page, I woke up today at around 8, and I didn't get out of bed until 11 a.m., which rarely happens to me. I am like clockwork with my morning routine by now, and I rarely stay in bed that long. I was being super hard on myself and judgmental, thinking, oh, you're lazy, or you're just not working hard enough, or whatever else that comes to mind, right? And then, of course, I have my phone near the bed, which I also don't normally have. And so I took that as opportunity to come on Instagram, even though I had been off for 2 months. And I thought, oh, I'm going live today. I should just check in on things. And of course, an hour later, I'm feeling worse about myself, comparing things that I'm doing with other people. And it just wasn't good. And obviously that's my fault, right? That responsibility is on me for how I interpret and consume things. But either way, I'm sure there are many of you who can relate to me on some level with that. So all in all, I was hard and judgmental on myself. That's when I started questioning why I was thinking that way. And then I realized we're so hard on ourselves and expect recovery often to be quicker than it actually is. I swear, we overestimate how long things actually take to recover from. And the cool thing is that because I did rest, even though I resisted it, even though I was fighting against it, but because I did rest, I received this awesome download and inspiration when I was journaling. Old me would have pushed through, would have forced myself to get up and follow my routine and not listen to that nudge and stay stuck in the ego. So I actually got a better result that I've been craving and hoping for in a way that I'm not used to getting it. So let me say that again. So I got the result of getting an inspiration and some thoughts that I can share and write down in a way that I wasn't used to. And that felt weird to me, which made me realize what makes us think we know what's best for us all the time. That things like forcing, getting on a strict schedule, and working ourselves to death is the right thing to do. I learned in this moment that as counterintuitive and unproductive these last 2 days felt, it was exactly what I needed. My spirit communicated that to me and led me to a goldmine of inspiration. So it's got me curious now about challenging everything I accept as the right way and letting my spirit guide me more and not interfering or resisting in that guidance, even if it feels weird to the ego. I think many of us have been conditioned to look to the ego and its loud voice for guidance, when really the spirit, yeah, it may be counterintuitive to the ego, but it's going to guide us in a more connected and calm and present way. And so allowing yourself to have those little moments where you just let yourself do something differently and then question, why did that work for me? And why do I think that what I'm doing before or what I currently do is better. And so it's just those little moments of recognition and realization that can start changing your orientation to that of spirit and less of ego. Another thought I've challenged this week is the amount of times I tell myself that copywriting is holding me back from growing the good space. That because my energy feels torn between running that business and growing the good space, I don't have enough energy. But who says? I started thinking about it, and historically, I get more done and become more motivated when I have less time. When I've been given all the time in the world, I felt way less motivated. And I'm sure some of you listening can feel the same way. Who am I to say that copywriting doesn't have a place and value for what I want to accomplish? Whenever I've prayed about it, I get the clear, super crystal clear confirmation that copywriting is what I'm supposed to do right now to bring in money and that it will be easy. And guess what? It has been easy. It's the easiest part of my life, actually. I connect with great people and grow my skill set. I meet amazing clients that come to me most times. I don't usually have to go out and find them. So it's got me asking myself why I say things the way I do and what idea I have in my head that contradicts my reality. Is that idea even helpful, useful, or something I want? And then I started thinking, is it only because people are sold an idea of entrepreneurship that it has to look a certain way? So it felt really freeing to question these statements and has made my heart feel more aligned. So may I suggest that you too listen to what you're telling yourself, the stories and statements. Pause just enough to question them. Is it really true? Is there an underlying reason you're thinking or saying those things? This is a small but very useful step we can take to living more aware and less on autopilot. I hope that planted some seed for you today and that you enjoyed it.